All right, hello and welcome back to the channel, everyone. I've been getting asked a lot on stream more and more about my Codex workflow because essentially this past week I've transitioned completely from using Cursor to using Codex, and there's a reason for this. I believe that Cursor is a thing of the past now. I think that Codex CLI is right now the #1 vibe coding tool if you can figure out how to use it correctly. So in this video, I'm going to show you again how I'm running 6 agents simultaneously and kind of try and do a better job of outlining my thought process as I work through this. So in this video, I'm going to try and make it short and digestible for you all. But what we're going to do is we have 7 to-dos here. You guys can pause the video and read through the to-dos, but I have 7 to-dos, and essentially these to-dos have to do with different parts of the code base. So one thing when I'm working with Codex is you have to understand that you need to deploy the agents in different parts of the code base on different tasks, and then that allows you to work simultaneously on multiple different tasks. So with that being said, you guys can read the to-do list, but we're going to get started. And the first thing to get started is that you need to make sure that you're actually in the right project directory. So right now, let's cd into ViewCreator here. Make sure that's set up so that's right. And then let's cd into ViewCreator on this one as well. So now we're at the base directory for each of these. And then what I'm going to do is I have a UI, an API, and then a database. And what I want to do is I want to have 2 of these be specific, just for one for the UI, one for the database, and then the other 4 are for the project as a whole, so it has references to all the other repositories. So with that being said, if you guys haven't already liked and subscribed, make sure you do so. We just hit 3,000 subscribers yesterday, and the channel's been getting a lot of support. So if you haven't already liked and subscribed, make sure you do that. But I'm going to do the best job that I can in this video to essentially make it as simple as possible, and then also make it short and digestible. Yesterday I live streamed for 9 hours, so if you guys haven't already tuned in to my live streaming series where I'm vibe coding an app to $1 million, the project that we're working on is ViewCreator, which is a platform where you're able to generate AI content for social media, and it essentially automates the content creation process for creators. And right now it's just in beta, and we're launching this week. But a lot is going to be offered here. We have a YouTube thumbnail generator, for example, but we still have lots of work to do. So let's see here. So let's go over to the to-dos, and the first thing is pricing page, yearly and monthly toggle. So for example, this relates to this toggle. It doesn't have a good active effect, and it needs to have a good active effect. So let's get started with this one, put that into progress. And I'm actually going to use the UI for this one. One thing that you want to make sure is you always select the model that you want for the problem at hand. So I'm going to use high, and then I'm going to drop in a screenshot of the toggle directly, and then I'm going to drop a screenshot of the page directly so it has access and full context to that. And then I'm going to say the yearly and monthly toggle. Yearly and monthly toggle currently does not have a good active effect. If the monthly prices are showing, it should show a blue or a black border on or around monthly or yearly, respectively. Also note that on light mode, when the monthly or yearly is active, right now it's showing white text when really it should be showing black text. Also, make sure that you integrate that blue border on dark mode and a black border on light mode based on which pricing is active. All right, so I just used WhisperFlow to prompt that. Let's send this one off. And the thing about Codex, which is important to understand, is when I first started using it, I didn't like it because it took too long to respond. It takes a lot of time. But then what I realized is that really what you need to do is you just need to launch multiple agents at once, and that helps out a lot because this agent will run longer than a Cursor agent will, but it'll actually be more accurate. So if you implement this workflow where you're working on multiple things at once, Codex is a way better option for you. So with that being said, let's go on to the next one, which is this agents page. If I go into an F12 real quick, it does not look very good on small screen sizes. So for example, this is what it looks like on SE. And this morning in our 5 a.m. live stream, we were working on making these look much better. So there's still some work to do on that one, but this one looks really good. As you guys see that the landing content is centered, doesn't interfere with the breadcrumbs, doesn't look smushed. If we go back to the homepage, same thing, looks really good. Agents page though, you can see that it's, overflowing. The call to action isn't centered. There's too much content in the first part. So let's do the same thing. Let's cd into the ViewCreator UI on this one. CD ViewCreator UI, launch Codex, and then again, just confirm, select hi, and then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna offer the local host here, drop in the page, and then again, I'm gonna drop in screenshots so that it has reference. Okay, this is what it looks like. And then I'm gonna say right now on the agents page hero, I'm having a hard time because it looks really smushed and there's too much content on the screen when the user is on a small screen size. Review the home hero and the template page hero and take note of how these pages style on smaller screen sizes. They do a really good job of integrating mobile first development, and then upgrade the agents hero to be styled similarly in terms of how it responds. For example, I really like how all the content can be seen in a single viewport on the user screen in the home hero and in the templates hero. And I also like how things are styled and respond really well on mobile. So look at how the home hero and the templates hero does this, and then help me update the agents hero section to do this as well. All right. There's my prompt. Let's send that off. So now we have 2 agents running for us, and this is in progress. So the next thing is the testing suite. So we're going to use the API for this. So I want to run the testing suite and see if there are any errors. So let's run Codex, run the testing suite, and identify any issues or errors that are currently happening in the testing suite, and report back to me if there are any errors in the testing suite after you run it. So let's do that. I'm going to submit that. All right, so the next thing that we need to do is we need to review the CloudFormation setup and provide a complete documentation on our infrastructure. This is so that later I can actually work on this. So I'm going to do a /review. Oh, oops, I actually have to launch Codex. Let's do /review. So if you do /review, it just reviews your entire code base. So we'll do that first, and then we'll follow up with it to provide that documentation. All right, so we actually have 2 agents that are finished here. This one said next steps, said decide whether the service should suppress client secret when card update is required, and then, or if the new behavior is intentional, update the expectation for client secret. All right, so 7 are passing, 1 is failing. All right, so I said review this and think in depth about what the best practice should be, and let me know what you think we should do. All right, so this here, it says that the pricing page toggle has been updated, so let's just check real quick. So that's the website. We got to go to, let's actually just launch We'll post again on another tab. Whoa, what's this? Looks like we have an error somewhere here. Let's let that fix, and then let's get the others working. So the network navigation tool on the tool page, I want to remove it. So let's go here, cd into ViewCreator UI in this terminal, run Codex, and then again, I'm going to just drop in that tools page, and then actually I'm just gonna directly paste this in. It'll understand. Want to remove it. So that's working. And then the last thing, 2 more, weird animation on new. Okay, yeah. So this is a odd animation. Looks like we fixed that. So let's go to the dashboard. I want to show you guys what's happening here. So watch this. So there is in the actual dashboard of the application, we have this sidebar, and I want you guys to notice this. So if I click on Platform Tools, if you notice that there's a weird animation on the sidebar. I don't know if you guys are noticing that, but it kind of spazzes out and then comes back in. So watch, when I collapse it, you guys see how it's doing that? It's not properly managing the state, and that's a problem. So again, let's cd into ViewCreator UI and run Codex. And I'm going to now do the same thing. I'm going to screenshot the sidebar just so it knows, hey, you know, this is what I'm looking at. And then I'm going to say, review the code in the dashboard part of the application and think deeply about the sidebar logic and its state management. Right now, there's a problem because it seems that it's not handling the state very well. For example, when I click on a new page, let's say I toggle between dashboard, connect socials, and dashboard agents pages, the sidebar basically starts out in expanded mode and then it collapses even when I have it already collapsed. It should not have this animation. If the user has set the sidebar to collapsed, it should remain that way in state. It shouldn't refresh this on every page that I load into. Right now it looks really glitchy because of this. So I need you to review the logic and identify why this is happening. And once you figure out why it's happening, let me know why this is happening and then what potential next steps would be to fix this. So it's really good on Codex to actually come up with a plan before you implement code. So there we go, we have 6 agents. And then the next one is UI build errors. So let's actually launch a 7th agent here. Let's just do another tab and put this one down here. And again, run Codex. And I'm gonna say run npm run build and fix any errors causing the build to fail without breaking functionality. So that'll run npm run build and fix any errors. Okay, so here we are. It says update the failing spec to assert the return secret matches pi secret. Double check the front end flow using the return secret when card update is required to. Okay, so I'm gonna say, okay, think through a plan to integrate these updates and make the updates. Okay, where'd the music go? Let's see here. Looks like it just stopped for a second. Music just stopped for me. I don't know if it stopped for you guys. Oh well. All right, so let's just, I don't know if you guys can, I guess you guys can hear the music. Yeah, I just can't hear the music for some reason, that's fine. Okay, so here we are, we've got these agents running. What did this one do? So it said reload agents in a mobile view. So let's just confirm, let's move this to testing. So centering responsiveness of the agent hero. This is gonna move to testing. Oh, also here's our toggle. We need to test that. Let's go to our toggle here. So did it give us the blue? It did not. Did it at least, let's launch incognito so it's on light mode here. Oh, we got a build error. From caching. Let's go here, run npm run dev again. And then reload this. Go to pricing. Okay, actually so it did do a nice circular div here on light mode, but I don't know if it did that on dark mode. Let's refresh and see if there's a nice blue one. Subtle. I'm gonna ask it to make it a little bit more noticeable. Make it more noticeable. Border. Right now, it is not very thick. Also, make it blue on dark mode so it is visible. All right, so that's better. So let's move that over to testing since it's in progress. Now testing. Testing suite errors, we're working on that. Network navigation tool, let's see if that was removed. So what I was trying to do on that one, looks like we're running npm run build, so we're gonna have some cache errors now. But let's go over to the tools page here. Tools, it did not, it looks like remove that. Oh, no, it did, we just refreshed. Okay, so it did remove that, so that's done. Let's move that over to done, which is right here. This one's done. UI build errors, we're testing that. Weird animation on new page, that's probably still working. All right, so this is still reviewing. Pricing updates going in. Now let's run the test suite again. See if our test suite is now running without errors. The weird animation in the sidebar, that one's still working. This one, agents, let's check the responsiveness of the agents page now. So let's go back over to DevTools and see, okay, did that update correctly? Refresh. Still not great. It did a little bit of a better job, as you guys can see here. It now, you can now see the start free trial and then watch agents build inside of a single viewport. But still, there's just too much text on the agents page. There is still too much text on this hero component in agents. Update the content so that it is less wordy, and also shrink the container that holds all the text. Right now, it is not centered, and I think the main reason is because there is just too much text. Update the content, copy, and make the hero content area smaller, centered, and more compact and visible for mobile. All right, so that's going in, testing that. So potential next steps here. So it did find this. So let's say, okay, please now integrate updates to get the sidebar state working flawlessly. All right, drop that in. And then this one we were working on, it was the tools page. So this one's now done. We don't really need to do anything else with this agent. So let's just close this for now, because we were working on a 7th agent behind this one here. So this is working on our build errors. This one's now done. It did a review. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna actually just drop in this prompt here and have it provide complete documentation on the CloudFormation infrastructure. And that's so that I can actually work on this later today. So that's going, all the test suites passed here. So this is now done. Testing suite errors, there are none. Testing in UI, we weren't working on that. We were working centering and responsive on the hero. This is this one. Looks like that one's done. So let's see how that did. It did really bad, it looks like. Hold on, let's make sure that this is refreshed. A little bit better. It's a little bit better. Let's see how it looks like on larger screen sizes. So let's just X out of this real quick. Little bit better. But on mobile, it's still not great. So I'm going to copy this. I just wanted to remove this. I'm not a big fan of it. So let's go here. Remove these 2 tags here. Also, I don't know if you guys noticed this, but there's like this weird square div around this that's like a little bit of a gradient that's noticeable, and that's an error. So after this prompts, we're gonna look at that as well. Looks like the build now succeeds. So our UI build errors, let's just confirm that. Let's test it real quick. Go here, run npm run build. Looks like updates are going in there. Run npm run build here, and just confirm that there are no build errors. And then if this works, I'm actually gonna make sure it looks like it is working. Let's put this over here for now. Yep, build is good. So that is now done. UI build errors, that's done. This one's still working. Let's check out the pricing toggle on local. See here, let's refresh real quick. We're gonna have to run npm run dev over here again though. So our build did go through. Let's now go over here, run npm run dev, refresh the pricing page, and see, hey, is this more noticeable now? A little bit. Which one was working on that? It was this one up here. The border should be actually a thick white on the dark mode and a thick black on the light mode. Also on hover over the monthly and yearly options, the cursor should be a pointer. Update that. Let's just check that on dark mode to see if or on light mode to see how it's looking on light mode. Go to pricing. It does look good. I like how it's looking on light mode. You guys can see the nice border. It just lets people know, hey, you're looking at the monthly prices, yearly prices, respectively. Okay, that's in progress still. Let's go over to the weird animation on the sidebar. It looks like that one's done. So let's now go over to the dashboard and do a refresh real quick on that and see, hey, are we still having that issue? And we are not. If you guys notice that, we no longer have that animation problem that we were having. But one problem that we're having now is that, as you guys can see here on it, when the sidebars collapsed, it shows the text first. So it was this one right here. Right now, okay, let's prompt it with Whisper. You did a great, all right, hold up, job in fixing the animation problem. I noticed another issue now though is that when the user has set the sidebar collapsed, when they click in between pages, it actually defaults to showing the text link first instead of the icons. Review the code and logic and make sure that if the user has the sidebar collapsed, it should always show the icons, not the text. Right now, it shows the text for a brief second before displaying icons in between page clicks. Review why this is happening and update the code respectively. All right, so that one's almost done. We made progress, but still just a weird little bug there. So that's in progress. We're testing it. Now, this one, infrastructure overview, is coming out. The test suite's passed. Pricing page, yearly toggle, that looks like it just updated. Let's see how it looks. Refresh this. Toggle between. Still not great. Yeah, I mean, I don't know why that one's not doing a great job. At least it has a little bit of a border. Try again, make the border thicker. All right, thicker border on that would be nice. Then here, centering responsiveness on Agent Hero, that one's done over here. So let's go check out how that's looking. Go to Agents, go to this. Hero list removed. Oh, we need a refresh. Okay. Yeah, that looks a lot better. Yeah. Much better. Okay, but like I said, there's like this weird div. If you guys noticed that. Review the screenshot in depth and notice how there is an odd square div that surrounds the content section that is a slight gradient. For example, it stems from the top of the div that surrounds the call to action and to the bottom where guided onboarding included is. Notice the square gradient div and please remove it. All right, so hopefully it'll remove that. It's just this odd square div that I don't really like that much. So we'll see if we can fix that. Okay, the build is succeeding. The animation, it says that's done. Let's see if it works. So let's collapse this and click between. Okay, so we fixed the initial error. Let's refresh and make sure it's up to date. Okay, perfect. Okay, now it's operating as it should be. So now you guys can see now the sidebar operates like it should, no glitching, but there is an odd thing with the logo where it's showing. Okay, I don't know if you guys noticed that, but the logo is flashing in between page clicks on. The logo is defaulting and taking. Okay, let's see if that happens on light mode. So let's go over and actually switch to light mode and just see, hey, is that a light mode thing? Yeah, and it looks like it is. Yeah. Displaying the light mode logo for a split second before rendering in the white logo. Make sure that depending on the light mode or dark mode that it renders in the correct logo and doesn't have that weird loading time. Okay, so that's getting worked on. This is now done though. We did fix the weird animation. This could be different. Let's see if our toggles are fixed. Go to the pricing page and see, hey, did it make him a little bit thicker? And let's see here. I mean, it's noticeable now. I'll move this to done. We'll revisit it at another time. It's a little bit better, but I'm probably gonna take a different approach on that. I don't want this video to get too long. We're gonna move that to done for now. Centering and responsiveness on the Agent Hero. That's now done. Oh, actually, so that is done, but let's see if we can fix the other error that we found, which is just that weird gradient. Let's go here, agents, and it did, yeah, perfect. So it did remove, oh wait, hold up, I don't think it did. Pulled the rectangular gradient overlay out of the hero component. Let's go to dark mode and see if it's happening on dark mode still. Oh, that was on the website. Okay, let's go to agents. Okay, on the website it is out. So let's go to dark mode just to confirm. Go to the dashboard, go to settings, go to dark mode. Now go back to the agents page, and is the gradient gone? Oh, looks like we have a issue now though with the layout on larger screen sizes. So I'm gonna say, good work so far in the conversation. However, on the larger screen sizes, the layout of the hero is now incorrect. As you see from the screenshot, it's way high up on the page. Please review this and fix it. As you can see, it needs to be centered like the hero component on the home section, and right now on larger screen sizes, the agent hero is now essentially overflowing or centered at the top of the page, which is incorrect. Think deeply about this and integrate the correct update. Okay, so that's getting worked on. And then the last one is just this review, which is done. So now we'll take this review and make sure that we paste it into a Google Doc for my reference later today when I'm working on CloudFormation to get the AWS infrastructure set up. So let's go to Google Docs, just pass this in here. So I'm going to copy all this and pass it in. So really good review, infrastructure overview, pass this in. So this is our infrastructure overview that we're going to work with later on today. Perfect. And then the last thing looks like is it's going to fix this agent styling here. Let's run an npm run build real quick and just make sure that we'll be able to deploy these updates in a second. I want to make sure that none of our updates actually messed up our build. Perfect. Looks like it's running. Also, no lint errors, which is great. Perfect. All right, so I'm going to pull out Visual Studio Code here and launch that. But let's wait, let's see if this gets fixed. All right, looks like it's done. All right, build's going. Now let's just run npm run dev, confirm that the agent's hero is updated. And perfect, it fixed it. All right, awesome, guys. So yeah, in about 27 minutes, we were able to get all that stuff done, running multiple agents at once, and we were able to get over 7 tasks done, I think. So by running 7 agents, we were able to get all that stuff done. So this is just, I hope that my commentary helped you guys understand essentially this new vibe coding workflow with Codex. And let me know your thoughts and opinions down below in the comment section. And yeah, I'm really excited to get ViewCreator launched, and let me know what you think of the new workflow, guys. If you haven't already liked and subscribed, make sure you do so, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.